How's it going, guys? Dragonstar Production here, back with another What If video, and in this edition of Dragon Ball What Ifs, we will be doing a continuation of a collab that I did with What If Universe, that being What If Chichi Died Birthing Gohan Part 3, and this has by far been a pretty popular What If on my channel, and Drew's as well, so I really hope that we can continue this, so make sure you guys show this with support. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the video. So if you haven't seen part 2 or part 1, I will leave the links down in the description, as well as part 2 right up above. That being said, let's hop into the video intro. After the Saiyans' failure to defeat the Z Fighters, a crushed Vegeta head towards the Frieza base to lick his wounds. However, Gohan is still rampaging. Goku and Raditz attempt to use their words to calm down the Great Ape, but this doesn't work, so the brothers had no choice but to use the Kaioken to knock Gohan out. Meanwhile, the other Z Fighters show up as help in a ship, but Chichi is not there like in canon because, well, she's dead. So only Master Roshi and Korn show up to help the remaining warriors. Most of the humans and Gohan are too injured to go to Namek, so time passes till they are healed enough. Goku and Raditz actually left first in the gravity ship, considering it was done faster, and the humans plan to take Kami's ship a few days after. And also, the reason for the humans to take off later is because more people survived the Saiyans such as Piccolo and Tien, therefore they had to make more adjustments to Kami's ship, that way they could all travel to Namek. Goku and Raditz, though, would arrive on Namek, and they end up near a Namekian village. This village happens to be one that Nail is protecting, so it's near Elder Guru's. Nail then asks them if they are part of the Frieza Force because of Raditz's armor. Raditz, saying that this Namekian was strong, wished to fight him, but Goku says that they are looking for the Dragon Balls to revive their dead friends. They are then taken to Guru, who explains that the Frieza Force has arrived and was slowly killing his people. Raditz feels some remorse for all the other planets that he's destroyed, but tries to keep a straight face here. Goku asks if he can use the Dragon Balls to revive his friends, when Guru senses his wish was pure, but asks Goku to save one of the wishes so that he can revive the Namekians. Raditz, though, steps in, and saying that Goku and him are going to take down Frieza's empire for his poor treatment of the Namekians and the Saiyan race. Guru, surprised that Raditz was no longer part of the Frieza Force, decides to grant Goku and himself for their potentials to be unlocked. Goku and Raditz were both amazed by the power increases they received. Goku was sitting at 100,000 while Raditz is at 30,000. This being said, Raditz would feel not one but two familiar energies from a village over. Guru then would advise Nail to aid the two Saiyans on defeating Frieza and retrieving the Dragon Balls. So the three arrive in the village and they notice that Vegeta and Kui are battling. Like in canon though, Vegeta with a power level of 24,000 is able to blow up Kui without any issue. However, Vegeta didn't like the fact that he was followed to Namek, so insisted on fighting a suppressed Raditz, not knowing that he learned this technique with training with Goku. Goku doesn't believe that it's a good idea, but Raditz decides that he wasn't going to listen to his brother twice, so he decided to fight. The two wasted no time in darting at each other. Vegeta, though, at first was gaining the upper hand, and so Raditz looks him straight in the face and says, "Huh, I was expecting more from the prince," as he powers up to max and gut punches Vegeta straight to his knee. However, someone would have been alerted about Kui's death due to his scouter falling off before Vegeta killing him. This means Frieza would be aware of the other bodies, besides the Namekians of course. So, Frieza decides to send Zarbon out to find the Dragon Balls while Dodoria would get to deal with the others. In the meantime, Nail brings up the idea to split into two teams and explain that they could cover more ground. Nail goes with Raditz while Goku drags Vegeta along with him, This being said, Nail and Raditz would go flying when they spot an orange ball inside a cannon. However, before they could land, they were interrupted by Dodoria. Dodoria speaks up at Raditz saying that he thought that he was dead. Raditz informs him that he is stronger than ever as he steps up to fight. But Nail sticks his arm out before Raditz could. Nail looks at Raditz and tells him that he fought Vegeta, so he'll handle this one. Nail within seconds is already on the attack. Dodoria can't even catch a breath because Nail isn't letting off. Nail would then not kill Dodoria, but blast him away with his finishing technique, the Nail Gun. Raditz then turns to Nail and says we can't keep him alive. He'll report to Frieza, and that's the last thing we need. So then Raditz would charge up a double Sunday, killing Dodoria right then and there as he begs for his life, but Raditz, of course, doesn't change his mind. As for Goku and Vegeta, they happen to came across Zarbon ambushing a village trying to find either them or a Dragon Ball. Goku then screams out and then takes out Zarbon, with Vegeta finishing him off after telling Goku that he cannot be the Super Saiyan of legend. But he wishes he came with his boy. Because, as you all know, Gohan did go Super Saiyan in Part 2, at least for a brief moment. However, let's jump back to Frieza. He would have called in the Ginyu Force to deal with the invaders, but he would be surprised that Raditz was still alive somehow and would believe in the Dragon Balls even more than in canon, considering that he thought that he was dead. During this time, though, the other Z fighters, Piccolo, Tien, Gohan, and Bulma, arrive, and Raditz with Nail go to meet them. When they meet up with everyone, they wonder where Goku and Vegeta are. Well, since Vegeta did not go to the Meta Bay like he did in canon, he and Goku have a plan to steal the rest of the Dragon Balls that Frieza has. Goku starts to distract the guards so Vegeta can sneak in. Frieza would say, "Oh, two monkeys, maybe it's Raditz and Vegeta coming to my territory. Well then, I'll deal with those pests myself." Vegeta then senses Frieza coming closer to him, so he makes a break for it with the 4 Dragon Balls. However, they are weighing him down, so he drops them into a lake and then turns around to prepare to stall Frieza until Goku can come and distract Frieza as well. Vegeta still wants that wish of being immortal, after all, so he's been through a lot. Being outmatched by 2 low-class Saiyans is not best for his ego. Vegeta, though, knew that he still wasn't a match for Frieza either, but he stood there proud to be a Saiyan when not Frieza, but the Ginyu Force would arrive in front of him. Vegeta is quite shocked by this, but he knows the others fighters will be here soon to follow. It is Guldo who steps up first to fight Vegeta, and because Vegeta is aware of Guldo's power, he knows that this is the best way to hold him off until that he can get some help from Goku and the others. Vegeta dashes in, and Guldo can't catch Vegeta's fist as he drives it straight into his stomach. Unlike in canon, though, Vegeta doesn't want to kill Guldo. At least not right away, however. Because he knows that the captain isn't dumb. He's completely aware of what Vegeta is doing, and this causes Captain Ginyu to send in Recoome to help Guldo. Recoome wastes no time in dashing in at Vegeta. Recoome comes swinging in with a large left hook connecting across Vegeta's jaw. Vegeta was outmatched once more, except this time he wasn't on the wrong side because Raditz would come flying in, intercepting Recoome's punch. Raditz, unlike Vegeta, had very little trouble with Recoome due to his burst in and out of the Kaioken. As a matter of fact, Raditz was doing quite well, so even Jace would join in to help. But Nail on the sideline wasn't going to sit and watch. Instead, he uses his stretch arms to help in the fight and reach out and grab Birder. This eliminates Birder's speed, and then Nail uses the other arm to grab and punch Birder, similar to like Snake when it kills its prey. Anyway, Nail then takes one hand and just starts pounding on Birder. This was enough to actually force Captain Ginyu to jump into the fight, but little did he know, Goku was waiting for him right at that moment. Goku is right on Captain Ginyu's level with using the Kaioken. Goku then, similar to his brother, uses the Kaioken in small bursts, and this was enough to not only stop Ginyu, but cripple him because Goku's constant punches to the spine were too much because the Kaioken was obviously a multiplier off the 100 times that he got for getting his potential unlocked. However, this was the last straw for Frieza, who has been watching the entire fight. So he finally decides that it's time to stop these monkeys once and for all. Frieza stares down at Goku, Vegeta, and Raditz, and the rest of the Z Fighters, and begins to laugh. "Oh monkeys, we've taken out the Ginyu Force. This isn't an easy thing to do. But as you can tell, they are nothing compared to me. So prepare to have the same fate as the rest of the Saiyans." Of course, Vegeta doesn't let Frieza finish talking. He cuts him off and tells him that they have the legendary Super Saiyan on their side. But Frieza just takes this as a joke, not believing it. Frieza then asks about the Dragon Balls, but everyone denies it and refuses to tell him anything. Frieza then decides to make matters into his own hands, so he sticks out one finger and he points it towards Piccolo, Tien, Bulma, and Gohan as he stares at the three other Saiyans. He then states, "Either someone tells me what I want to hear, or one of them dies." However, nobody would speak up, and Frieza would then begin to get super angry. Frieza then does what he said he would do. He picks up Gohan. Frieza begins to lift Gohan in the air, but Gohan wasn't just going to let him take him into the air. Gohan literally couldn't fight Frieza, so he was just screaming for his dad Goku and his uncle Raditz to help him. And his scream was enough to send Goku into a blind rage. Goku charges up to Kaioken times 10, which places him at a power level at 1 million. He would then easily make a mock of Frieza's first form. As a matter of fact, Frieza couldn't catch a breath and Goku was beating him so badly. But, like always, when Goku believes a fight is over, he tries to let the enemy redeem themselves. Frieza, though, as we all know, has at least 3 more forms, and he decides to jump straight into his second form. This makes the fight much more even, but Goku can still push the Kaioken further. Then he powers up to 20 million. Now at 2 mil, is wrecking Frieza's second form. This would make Frieza go berserk, and he was outraged that this damn monkey could have so much power. Frieza would waste no time in going into his final form, considering his third form wouldn't be enough to combat Goku in the Kaioken times 20. Goku, though, who's using the Kaioken, was slowly drained on his body, and was now the one helpless. Frieza was throwing Goku around, smacking him with his tail, just sitting there embarrassing Goku, and Raditz couldn't just watch this as it all happened. He couldn't allow his brother to fight alone. Raditz would then push himself into the highest form of Kaioken that he could, being times 20. This wasn't much, but a matter of fact, it didn't do anything towards Frieza. Frieza is just simply annoyed by this, so he would grab Raditz with his tail and pulls him as close as he whispers, "Tell your daddy I said hello," as Frieza would then punch a hole straight through Raditz, killing him. Gohan on the sidelines is blinded by this rage, and Gohan once again would flash into a golden aura. His power would skyrocket immensely. However, this wasn't enough to defeat Frieza, but he wasn't the only one lit in the golden aura. Frieza turns around to not only see 1, but 2 Super Saiyans. Goku was also glowing, and was more angry than we've ever seen him before. Like his son, now blinded by rage, the 2 Super Saiyans darted in at Frieza. They were nailing Frieza in every direction. Frieza was in so much shock at the Super Saiyan legend being real, and how these 2 were just beating him. Frieza was terrified, and rightfully so. Gohan charged a Kamehameha while Goku was fighting with Frieza. Goku eventually drags Frieza right into Gohan, who releases a full power Kamehameha. Frieza gets caught in the blast, and everyone starts to celebrate, thinking that the fight was over and that Frieza was defeated. However, Vegeta wasn't so sure. Vegeta warns the others, but they are too blinded. Just then, Frieza would come out, riding up out of the water. Frieza doesn't hesitate in the slightest, as he would then pick up Bulma and just cause her to explode. This does nothing but make it worse for Frieza. Goku and Gohan are even madder than they were before. The 2 then dart at Frieza, not letting him go. Gohan and Goku were just knocking Frieza around and beating him more than Frieza's ever got a beating before. He was shocked, he was stunned, he was literally could not move away from these 2 monkeys. For the first time in his life, he would regret doing something. However, Frieza, thinking that anything, just trying to manage to get out. Frieza's thinking was interrupted by a swift kick from the jaw from Gohan, followed up with a gut punch from Goku, then a double knee to the face. Frieza fell crashing to Namek. Frieza had lost, and he knew it, until something clicked in the evil tyrant's head. Frieza places his hands on the planet and then looks up at the two Super Saiyans. Frieza places his hands on the planet and looks up at the two Super Saiyans. He has feared so much and says, "You have 5 minutes before this awful planet explodes." This then sends Krillin into a huge panic, but Tien is also concerned because they have no idea how to fly the ship, but now Piccolo and Gohan and Goku are all too stubborn to leave. However, Nail looks over at Piccolo, telling him that he can't let their people just die. This is when Nail decides that he has to fuse with Piccolo, like in the canon story. Piccolo's power shoots up a very large amount. Now, with Piccolo's new power, Frieza stood no chance, as if he did before anyway. Tien, on the other hand, would gather up the rest of the Dragon Balls and would manage to find all of them but one. Tien searched the entire planet as Krillin prepared the spaceship to leave, as well as he could at least. However, Tien would come across one last village that hasn't been touched yet. Tien informs the Namekians of how soon the planet would be destroyed, but tells them that he has a plan with the Dragon Balls. Tien tells them that they'll needs to help them with the wish, so a young Namekian steps up, being Dende. Dende helps Tien as he tells them the wish. First one would be wishing back Chotsu, then, although wanting to wish back Bulma, as he points out, it would obviously be the smartest thing, but he wishes back Raditz simply due to the point that he's now died twice and couldn't be wished back on the Earth's Dragon Balls. However, when Tien goes to make the third wish, the balls turn to stone. Guru had passed away due to the planet thinking it was going to be destroyed and not going to make it through it. This, though, doesn't kill Tien's spirit. He then tells them that they have the Earth's Dragon Balls and everything will be okay. That being said, Tien would head back towards the ship while Goku and Gohan and Piccolo were on the final stages of their battle. However, Goku, by this point, is really getting sight of what's going on. He calms down the Super Saiyan Gohan and tells him that he's done in this fight, and Goku explains that he is proud of him. However, Frieza attempts to cut the sentimental moment between the father and the son by throwing a Destructo Disc at Gohan. And the reason that Frieza would do this is because Gohan is the weaker of the two. But before the blade could slice Gohan, Piccolo would jump in front of him. This manages to cut both of Piccolo's arms off as he falls to his knees. Goku and Gohan then decide that they have no choice but to finish this once and for all. The two then charge headfirst towards Frieza, hitting him with a double headbutt. Frieza goes crashing through some springs of lava until crashing onto Namek's damaged core. Goku and Gohan then just start to charge Kamehameha! The blast then leads straight towards Frieza, who is limp, unable to move. Frieza watches the blast hit him. The blast he had no choice. The blast was heading straight towards him. The blast would then eat away his body until you couldn't see anything left of him, until the smoke had officially cleared. Goku then told Gohan to help Piccolo and get off the planet before it was too late, so Gohan did just that. Him and Piccolo managed to escape while Goku slowly approached the half-dead Frieza. Goku stared down at Frieza, and Frieza looks more scared now than ever before. Goku tells him, "Frieza, just stay down." Frieza hated this. He's been beaten by some filthy Saiyans, and the part that burned the most is that one of them wanted to let him live, showing him mercy, but also he had no choice but to listen because physically he was broken as much as he was mentally. As for the Z-Fighters, on the other hand, as soon as Gohan comes flying onto the ship with Piccolo, everyone leaves after Gohan telling him that his father had said to. Gohan is very hurt and drained, as well as Piccolo, who hasn't even had the chance to grow his arms back yet. However, they all manage to get off of the planet safely, and we hope they make it to Earth rather safe as well. But Goku, on the other hand, he had to find a ship and escape before Namek blows up. Luckily for him, however, he finds Ginyu's pod and it was rather close because they didn't land in the right spot. However, Goku rushes to the pod and climbs in as he pushes every button possible until launching into space as Namek explodes. That being said, we know Goku is heading off, and we know where he's heading off to, but we won't be able to find out the story unless you click over on Drew's video to watch part 4. That being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video because it is very long and me and What If Universe has put a lot of effort into this. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys like down below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell notification to get any alerts whenever I upload or post on the community tab. That being said, make sure you join the Discord and follow us on Twitter to get any updates on video uploads. That being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Dragonstar Productions is out.